Bulking and cutting is bullshit, and I'm here to tell you why. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about bulking and cutting and why I think it's bullshit and it's not something you should be following year after year. So technically, in my opinion, it's a myth. It technically should be called gaining fat and losing muscle, because most people out there, when they're bulking, they're really just putting on excess amounts of fat. A lot of people think, oh no, I'm putting on 10, 20 pounds of muscle in a matter of 2 or 3 months. But in reality, it's not true, because it's not possible to do it that way. Even with performance enhancing drugs, it's very difficult to put that much amount of muscle on in that short amount of time. So I think that this kind of stemmed back to the days when, it's almost back to when there was the caveman era, when people didn't have houses, they didn't have heat, they didn't have ways of, having excess amount of food at any amount of time, right? So they had to bulk up for the winter to, one, stay warm, and two, to stay alive, because maybe they couldn't find food for weeks or months on end, right? Nowadays we have houses, so we don't need that anymore. We don't need that kind of excessive, actions where we have to gain so much body fat and, and kind of keep ourselves warm for the winter. We can just stay at a, reasonable body fat percentage year round. The first step in doing this though is that you yourself need to get to an ideal body fat that you can maintain for the rest of your life. Whether you're overweight or underweight, your first step before you can even think about going on this kind of diet is really to get yourself at a kind of a maintenance level where you can be happy with how you feel, with how you look, and do it in a healthy manner, right? So if you want to get down to say 15% body fat, 12% body fat, or even if you want to get down to 20, if that's your goal, that should be what you focus on first before you worry about, cutting for the summer or gaining weight for the winter, trying to put on more muscle. That should be your step one. Another thing that I think a lot of people might argue with me about is that you could be healthy at any weight. I don't believe that's true. There's no such thing as being healthy at 400, 500 pounds, right? You need to be down to a certain body fat percentage and a certain weight that's going to be healthy for your body so that you're not putting excessive strain on your system, specifically your cardiovascular system. So what I think that people should be doing, this is a term that's been out there for years now, is main gaining. So main gaining is kind of keeping your body fat percentage year round. You could be gaining some muscle, you could be losing a bit of fat here and there, but you're not excessively putting on crazy amount of weight for the winter and then just shedding down 20, 30 or even more pounds for the summer, right? And doing that year after year after year. One, it's not good for your body to be doing that and just constantly being in this influx of yo-yo dieting. But secondly, you shouldn't want to be, I personally don't think it's a benefit to do that. Why would you want to get super bulky for the winter? Oh, I'm going to put on so much weight and then in the summer I'm going to shed down and have 20 pounds of muscle to show off. You're not going to. A lot of people use this as an excuse to go off their diet because they force themselves to suffer to lose so much weight, right, in the summer because they put on so much weight in the winter, when you don't need to do that to yourself. You should always be in a balance, and you shouldn't be having to suffer. It should be a reward for you to maintain a healthy lifestyle year round, right? You shouldn't have to be, oh, I need to do excessive amounts of cardio now because I put on so much body weight in the winter. That's not how you should live your life. You don't need thousands of extra calories in order to build muscle. If you really do want to try to gain, muscle here and there, really try to up your calories, up it by 100, maybe up to 300 calories at most. You don't need to put on, 1 to 5,000 extra calories just because you want to build muscle, because you're not going to be building muscle, like I said. It's going to be mostly fat that you're putting on. Just make sure you have sufficient protein you're taking in, and you're maintaining a, lifting and a training plan that's consistent, and you're working hard at it. So again, just my opinion on this topic. Let me know what you think. Write down in the comment section. I really am excited to hear what you guys think about this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? And appreciate the support. We'll see you guys in the next video.